students, today we will study a topic from chapter 9 Environmental Management, module 3. In the previous module, we have studied about India Meteorological Department, monsoon model and climate prediction, and solid waste management. In this module, we will study about necessity of solid waste management, disaster management, and first aid to disaster. Students, first let us understand solid waste management in detail. What is the necessity of solid waste management? For preventing environmental pollution and to keep the surroundings clean, for energy as well as fertilizer production, and through that to generate work and employment opportunities, to reduce the strain on natural resources through treatment of natural waste, to improve the health and quality of life, and to maintain environmental balance. Students, it is a need of the hour to implement solid waste management practices to avoid the possible problems due to solid waste generated from urban and industrial areas and to maintain a clean environment. For this purpose, we should implement measures like composting, safe landfill sites, vermicomposting, industrial solid waste management, pyrolysis, biomedical waste management, separation and categorization of waste. Now let us understand them in detail. First is biomedical waste management, incineration. Students, incineration is a waste treatment process that involves the combustion of organic substances contained in waste materials. I repeat, incineration is a waste treatment process that involves the combustion of organic substances contained in waste materials. Now next, separation and categorization of waste. Waste separation is a process by which waste is separated into different elements operated manually at the household or through curbside collection schemes. Next is composting. Students, composting is an aerobic method of decomposing organic solid waste. I repeat, composting is an aerobic method of decomposing organic solid waste. Next is safe landfill sites. A landfill site, also known as dump, rubbish dump, garbage dump, or dumping ground, is a site for the disposal of waste materials. Next is vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is a method of using worms to transform organic waste into a nutrient-rich fertilizer. I repeat, vermicomposting is a method of using worms to transform organic waste into a nutrient-rich fertilizer. Next is pyrolysis, that is energy production by burning of waste at high temperature. Example: biogas, bioelectricity. Pyrolysis is a thermal decomposition of materials at elevated temperature in an inert atmosphere. I repeat, pyrolysis is a thermal decomposition of materials at elevated temperature in an inert atmosphere. Now let us understand 7 principles of solid waste management. First is reuse. After use materials should be reused for some other proper purposes. Next is refuse. Students, refusal to use articles made from non-degradable articles like plastic and thermocol. Next is recycle. Production of useful articles by recycling solid waste. For example, paper and glass can be recycled. Next is rethink. Rethinking our habits, activities and their consequences in connection with the use of various articles of daily use. Next is reduce. Restriction the use of resources to avoid their wastage. All materials should be reused. One thing should be shared by many. Use and throw type of objects should be avoided. Next is research. Conducting research related to reuse of materials that are temporarily out of use. Next is regulation and public awareness. Following the laws and rules related to waste management and motivating others to do the same. Students, now let us understand period required for degradation of waste. As you see here, period required for degradation of banana peelings is about 3 to 4 weeks. For cloth bags, 1 month. Rags, 5 months. Woolen socks, 1 year. Wood, 10 to 15 years. Leather shoes, 40 to 50 years. Tin cans, 50 to 100 years. Aluminium cans, 200 to 250 years. Certain plastic bags, 10 lakh years. Thermocol or styrofoam cup, infinite duration. Students, let us see the methods of storing solid waste. If you see here picture A and picture B, picture A shows a method of storing waste and picture B shows the use of specific dustbins as per the type of waste. Think about how much such eco-friendly waste management can be achieved by following these methods in our homes too. Now, let us peep into the past. Students, ever since ancient times, special attention has been given to garbage disposal. In the Greek city of Athens in 320 BCE, a law had been enacted regarding garbage disposal. It made throwing garbage in the open an offense. Now let us understand about disaster management. Various natural disasters like thunderbolts, that is lightning, floods, fire, and man-made disasters like accidents, bomb explosions, chemical accidents in industries, stampedes in mass gatherings, and riots, etc., occur around us from time to time. They cause large scale damage to life and property. Disaster management is action implemented through proper planning, organized activity, and coordination. It includes prevention of losses and danger, improving tolerance, providing relief from disaster, minimizing the intensity and extent of harm, preparation to face the disaster, immediate action in the disaster situation, assessment of damages and intensity of the disaster, arranging for rescue work and help, and rehabilitation and rebuilding. Students, now let us understand first aid to disaster victims. The main objective of first aid is prevention of death, preventing deterioration of health, and starting the process of rehabilitation. Let us see the basic principles of first aid. In that, first is airway. Students, if the victim has difficulty breathing, the head should be held in a backward sloping position, or the chin should be raised so that the respiratory passage remains open. I repeat, if the victim has difficulty breathing, the head should be held in a backward sloping position, or the chin should be raised so that the respiratory passage remains open. Next is breathing. If the breathing has stopped, the victim should be given artificial ventilation by mouth to mouth respiration. Next is circulation. If the victim is unconscious, then after giving mouth to mouth respiration twice, the heart should be pressed down hard by pressing the chest with both the palms. These two actions should be repeated alternately about 15 times. It brings the circulation back to normal. Let us also understand about the bleeding. If the victim is injured and bleeding through the wound, the wound should be covered with an antiseptic pad and pressure applied on it for 5 minutes with either thumb or palm. Fracture and impact on vertebrae. If any bone is fractured, it is essential that the fractured part be immobilized. It can be done with the help of any available wooden rods, rulers. If there is an impact on back or vertebral column, the patient should be kept immobile on a firm stretcher. Burns. If victims have burn injuries, it is beneficial to hold the injured part under clean and cold flowing water for at least 10 minutes. Students, for injuries like sprains, twisting and contusion, the rice remedy should be applied. Rest. Allow the victim to sit in a relaxed position. Ice. Apply an ice pack to the injured part. Compression. After the ice pack treatment, the injured part should be massaged gently. Elevate. The injured part should be kept in a raised or elevated position. Now let us see how to transport victims or patients. In that first method is cradle method, useful for children and underweight victims. Carry piggyback, useful for carrying patients who are unconscious. Next is human crutch method. If one of the legs is injured, the victim should be supported with minimum load on the other leg. Next is pulling or lifting method. This is used for carrying an unconscious patient through a short distance. Next is carrying on four-hand chair. This is useful when support is needed for the part below the waist. Next is carrying on two-hand chair. Useful for those patients who cannot use their hands but can hold their body upright. These are the methods used by the fire brigade. Next is stretcher. In an emergency, if a conventional stretcher is not available, then a temporary stretcher can be made using bamboos, blanket, etc. Let us understand some other emergency measures. Boats are used by civil administration to rescue people trapped in a flooded area. As an emergency measure, wooden boats, bamboo floats, air-filled rubber tube from a tire can be used to advantage. Let us see points to remember. We should implement measures like increasing the efficiency of production processes so that minimum waste will be generated, reducing garbage production by recycling and reuse of waste materials. The main objective of first aid is prevention of death, preventing deterioration of health and starting the process of rehabilitation. A fire extinguisher is a portable appliance that can be easily carried anywhere. There is a short homework for you. What are the 7 principles of solid waste management? How is first aid provided to victims of disasters who are injured? What is disaster management? Describe the basic principles of first aid. Thank you.